Once you understand the problem statement, you have to set the problem statement, and then you understand what is your objective, what need to be get out of that. That means you fix the goal. But after fixing the goal, you need to understand for whom you are developing. So that is one of the major stuff when you are developing a solution from a problem. Why? Because if you are developing something which is not valuable, which is not usable, then that product will be not a good product. We can say that is a loss-making product. That's not a valuable product. And our objective is to create a valuable product. So there are many products developed, but those are not practical in nature. So we'll not consider that as a product. We'll consider that's a any vague idea or any idea which is wasted your time. So you have to first consider who are the users and customers. Now, these users and customers will give you the feedback how the product should be, how development can be proceed on those products. Those things can be possible. Then you need to do research, lot many research. What is the current status of the this kind of a problem statement? So if you consider heat or temperature as one of the issue, so you need to understand what is the current status. So you understand, okay, there are hand fans, there are electric fans, there are coolers, there are AC. So what would be next? As I mentioned, there may be smart houses who can make temperature control on based on the outside temperature. Okay, so that may be one of the solutions. Will it be appreciated by the users? Then you need to understand, okay, a smart house will need lot many money, so it may be appreciated by some section of the society. Now, for the common people, what would be the solution? Then you think, okay, so probably you can develop something which will be good for the common users and they can use. You develop something like a chemical if that will be put on the roof, it will deflecting the temperature and it make the house cooler. Yeah, that may be one solution. Okay, or you develop something from IT perspective, you develop some machine which can sense the temperature and automatically turn off and turn off on the AC in a manner that there will be less pressure on AC and more energy savings, and the temperature always maintained at 25 degrees centigrade. So those kind of solutions you need to understand. And once that solution you get the idea and put them on the paper. So first is you need to understand the problem statement. You need to find the users and customer, then do research, so much research to fix that, what exactly the current status of the problem statements. Then what are the new solution ideas you are getting? Once you're getting all the solution ideas, you proceed with how will the users taking the solution. You need to go to people. You need to make them understand your idea. Okay, I'm thinking this can be useful. You need not to explain everything. You need to just get their feedback. Okay, the benefits, these consequences, everything you need to consider. Then you adopt the strategy by which you can develop the product. And apart from that, there is a concept called user matrix. So once you develop till that much, we study the user matrices, and obviously the next one is your business challenges, budget, and business benefits and matrices. Okay, so we have a very popular saying. We call that no problem means no product. Okay, so first you need to identify the problem. And once we identify the problem, you will get the vision, how to resolve that. Now, to get your vision, you need to do research. Research on that problem statement. What is more you can do on that? Now, you have internet, you have a lot many data with you. You can search, you can do all the research in 1 2 days. Okay. So once you do research, then you'll proceed to introduce the product. So it is a very common feature in any product. Once you decide the problem statement, fix that, then you can put the title, the logo, what would be the motto, what are the keys, features, all this stuff you can put into the product vision document. Okay, so those are not so tough. Once you identify the problem statement, these come automatically, but it should be relevant with your product idea. Then to consider the product strategy, how to develop that. Now, how to develop means you need to divide, as I mentioned in our example, in a house building, we have to understand, okay, this house is need so much people, like you need civil construction engineers, you need carpenters, you need the plumbers, you need the what we call electricians. So all these people do together to develop a house. Similarly, when you do this product strategy, you need to understand what would be the people or the skills you require to develop that. And once you understand that, then slowly you are proceeding towards product. But the process is similar. You need to first design, develop, test, and deploy. And that will proceed continuously. And if your idea is implementing, so you will be the owner. So that is how called the product owner. So first, what is your job? Find the problem statement. Once you find the problem statement, the next task is do research. So in I saw people who are doing, they are getting the problem statement, but they are not doing research. And if they are not doing research, they don't understand that the market has already the solution. So there is a saying in research, nothing is new, everything is there, either at very less percentage or either it is developed and mature. Okay, that means if you say, uh, can we go to the like to any other planet? Answer is yes. Okay, yes, we can go, but it is not yet developed. Okay, so but in movies you can see people have that imaginations. They can move anytime. They can using the portal and they are moving from one art to other art. Okay, so again that's come into the parallel universe concept. There are multiverse concepts already there. So that means something is there in behind each idea. If something is very new also, to come to that idea, there will be prerequisites. So when you do the research, you get all these links. So you understand how to develop more, how to introduce this new product, or how to enhance it in a way that the product is more useful. When people are started their journey from jungles, like as we call there are stone ages, from stone age towards the modern life, they go through many ideas, and each time when they introduce some idea, it take long time. Okay, and when we are here, we need not to go through that experience. We just study them. Last time I am giving one example. When the human beings understand to move from one place to other place, they understand we can move by using a chariot. Now, in that chariot, the wheel initially was in a triangular shape. Okay. Now that wheel is triangular shape. They are struggling to go faster. Slowly it becomes rectangle, and slowly it becomes circle. Now from triangle to circle, they took more than 5,000 years. But today we can understand the tire should be circular in nature. Everybody knows that. That 5,000 year knowledge or experience we can get in a few seconds. Okay. Similarly, when they develop all these motors, the first engine, so initially the horses, the elephants, they are used to do work. Now afterwards, when the engine comes, the steam engine, Then the petroleum engine come into nature. Then these days there are electric engines. Now there is a hydrogen engine. So lot many types of development happening each time, right? And today when we are here, like people are thinking how to use the water to run a car, which is hydrogen engine based car, and it is in progress. Now there are cars which can run by water. Okay. But the point is that probably some days after there may be new technology. So you need not to need any kind of fuel, like they call that nuclear battery, which is already there. The concept is there. But the problem is that with nuclear battery, it will give you so much radiations. So that's how that is not used till now. If tomorrow somebody understands how to make that very secure, then one nuclear battery will give you at least 1 lakh year of charges to run your car. So you buy a car, it will be continue for let it be 10,000 generations. So those kind of concepts already there. So you need to understand the problem statement, do research, what is the exact status of that problem statement, then understand the users very useful. So this is one of the examples where this company, catch-up company, but they understand from the user feedback, they develop this uh, product with this bottle. And what happened when the catch-up is at its end stage, okay, people are not able to use that because when they reverse that bottle, it is not coming easily. Okay, and people are not waiting for 2 3 minutes that it will come and they'll use. Okay, either they put some water, use that into some curries or something, or they throw that. So the user give that feedback. Now the company understands, okay, that is the problem. So what they did, they reverse the ketchup's bottle. The bottle is now sitting on its own cap. So always it is moving downwards. So two things happen by this. The catch-up's usage is increased because when they open, it is coming always very good. And next, the people complaint is also removed that we are not able to use the last part or last stage of that catch-up. Okay. So once you get all these feedbacks, you need to understand what is the hypothesis, state of hypothesis, because as I mentioned, most of the science we study today or all our hypotheses. Maybe it will change tomorrow. I can give you one example. When I was a kid or in a school, I always studied that the nucleus structure is like the sun at the center and all these electrons are moving around that. So the nucleus is at the center, all the electrons are moving around like the planets. That is the analogy given to us. And we study that. That's one of the models. But with time, it was get changed. They say, no, no, it is not moving in a circular way. It is moving in a elliptical or in a parabolic way. Okay. Then the concept is again changed. They said, no, if there are multiple stages of the electrons, okay, and they jump from one place to other place, okay, when they get energy or they lose energy, and they are not moving completely, they're spinning either in a positive direction or in a negative direction based on their stages. So they create very complex structure of nucleus, which is three-dimensional in nature, elliptical in path, and spins are either clockwise or anti-clockwise. Again, they come with another concept. Okay, each elliptical way can have two electrons at least. It is not like they will hold more. And those two electrons are moving in a three-dimensional way across the nucleus. And that's how they are controlling. Then the string theory come. No, It's actually controlled through strings, very small thick of energy, which it is holding, so that they are getting controlled. And the central part, which is your nucleus, it holds positive energy with the density, then only it will revolve. So what happening here, every time, whenever we are considering a hypothesis, based on that, we are doing research, we are getting more closer to the truth. Similarly, in after doing research, after getting the feedback, you need to take some hypothesis, and based on that, you need to fix some objective, do research, develop the ideas, and when you synthesize the result, again you will move back, do the hypothesis, fix the objective again, do research, and this process will bring you, let's say, good product. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to explain to you to do the product development. Now, again, valuable products. Valuable product means whatever you develop, that should be have some exchange value. That means your product have a value. If you develop some product which cannot be exchangeable, we call that non-product or garbage product. So this valuable product, I can give you one example. Like, drumsticks. Drumsticks are now very costly in India. So long back, it was not so useful, like not costly. Okay, I'll give some other example. Yeah, I can give silica is one of the great examples. So you all go to the sea beaches. So near to sea beaches, there are lot many sands are there. We call that in silica. So a particular of silica is used for semiconductor devices. Okay. Now for common people, okay, that silica is not useful. They are saying the sand, we play that, it is not so useful for them. But for the electronic company, when they see very clean silica, they understand from this we can develop a semiconductor device. Okay. So what they do? They're getting that silica, purifying that, and making these beds for um, for embedded systems. Okay. Now for them that is valuable. Okay. So the person who is not able to understand what to do, for them it is garbage. And the person who is understand how to do what to do, for them it is like mine, gold mine. Similarly, any product which is exchangeable, if you develop a product and that can be sold to the customer, to the users, then it is a good product, it is a valuable product. If it is not, the user or the customer thinks that there is no use of that, so it is garbage. So whenever you develop any product, it should be valuable and usable both. If not, it is garbage. Third is feasible. Your product should be feasible in nature. If it is not feasible, we cannot develop that. That is like, I can give one example of a space travel. So there is a company which is doing all this space travel, but it's very costly. So only rich people are able to do that. So when it will be reduced and it is reachable by the common people, then it is feasible for the common people, and common people can go for a space travel. So it means your product should be feasible as well, financially and socially. Now, that's what all about this. So product development first phases would be like that. And when you are understanding any problem statement, or when you are developing the opportunity canvas, understand empathy is the major stuff. If you have empathy thoughts, what is empathy? Putting other shoes, or putting you in other shoes and understand their feelings. So empathy is the major perspective of any product map. So when you are searching for any problem statement, understand there should be some empathy. So when we understand the problem statement, we understand the processes, we need to understand how to develop that. Now, when we say how to develop that, it may happen that human beings can develop that or machine can also develop. Now, these days, the machines are also helpful to develop our product. And when the machine help us to develop the product, we understand the machine has some intelligence. Okay. So a new kind of a concept introducing or popular these days, it is there in the market for long back. But nowadays it is get popular, and this is called AI or artificial intelligence. The AI, which is called artificial intelligence, is introduced by John McAfee in 1956. Okay, and afterwards everybody is saying that we are into the AI world. All this stuff is there. So what is the definition? The definition is very simple. The simulation of intelligence behavior in a machine to improve the capability of a machine to imitate intelligent human behavior is called AI. Okay. So if any machine which is imitate any human behavior, that is called AI. Like your hand is getting a object or your mobile phone, hold that, move that, and put another place. Now that can be done by a robotic hand. So we call that a AI. You can see a product and understand this is a like food product or non-food product. If a computer can understand that, that is also AI. So AI is nothing. It is like emulating the human behavior. Okay. And it is there long back. Okay. And but currently it is everywhere. And in space, you can see the robots are there, they are getting landed. And by that, we are doing all this research on the space, on moon. Similarly, we have robots, mostly in Japan, where the aging population is very high. So they are replacing with the robots. There are hotels in Japan, they are only controlled by the robots. Okay, so that means they are replacing the human beings. Uh, in day-to-day life, we are using AI everywhere, like a machine, your TV, smart TV, your like cameras, everything has this artificial intelligence or knowledge how to help you out. Even if in your search engine, in medicine, diagnosis, everywhere the AI is there. There is a research happened, and in 2020, they mentioned that there is a market of 152.7 billion for only for robotic AI. And by 2025, it may increase to 67 billion. That means if the robot market is that much, there are other stuffs like you have AI into intelligence analysis, which is included the research, which counts around 70 billion, agriculture robotics, that is again 17 billion, automatic car industry, which is 5.87 billion. So industrial segment, financial segment, medical segment, and like we call that bionics. Bionics means replaced by the artificial, uh, artificial hand, artificial legs. That is also a very big market right now. Then healthcare segment replacing the doctors. The AI is taking over. Home appliances, yeah, like domestic help. You need not to call anybody to clean your house. A robot will come and clean everything. Entertainment world is there, and obviously military and UAV. These all are making more than trillion company, market. That means the future would be AI, and the market by 2025 onwards will only drive through AI. So how the AI concept come into picture? Now human beings learn from experience. Okay. So if you see a small kid or a baby, Initially, what happened? They observed something, and when they observe something, they say that, okay, what is this? What is that? They try to experience that. And once they experience in our brain, they capture those experiences. Okay. So if somebody will shout to a baby, they get traumatized. If somebody will give love to that baby, they'll flourish. So like that, the human brain work from experience. If a baby touch a like a heat thing like iron, or you can say a candle which is burning. So once it touches, it understand, okay, it is dangerous. It is burning their hand. Okay, they never touch that. They'll be get that experience, and that brain is always stopping that. But how the machines learning? The machines are learning from data. So whatever the data they are capturing, from there they are learning, they are understanding. Okay. So these machines and the human beings are very similar in nature. Why? Because the input devices. Okay, it is. We'll go into that. The AI is not here. It is there in 19th century. Even if the pyramids have the concept of AI, because they put the stones in a way that if you go in a particular way, the other way will get stuck automatically. If you go other way, the door will be closed in a particular way. So those stuffs are there long before, but in the modern world, the AI comes around early 1900 century by George Boole, by whom name the Boolean algebra is there. He said that anything can be converted into a artificial intelligence, whether it's a mechanical device or non-mechanical device, and we can put some knowledge into that mechanical device. So mostly they are talking about the mechanical devices, and those technology are used in railway. So you can understand in railway, they use uh, what we call a lever, okay, to move the lines. Okay. Now that lever will change the line, and change that line. There is a conceptual intelligence in that line. Okay. Whether it will go left, right. Now they are calling that AI concept, but that's a very mechanical concept at its basic. But with time, when Turing introduced the computer and the computing machines, okay, Alan Turing, the highest level of award in mathematics called Turing Award. And Turing is a ODI person. Have you ever know that? Anyway, he's not exactly Odia, but he born in Berhampur. Uh, so uh, after Turing introduced that uh, all these concept, the computer world come into picture and this AI introduced. So in early work of AI, we call that first wave. Mostly the computer are doing the reasoning. If we give some data, we understand the data, and it will do the calculation, will give you the output. Second wave, learning based on the knowledge acquisition. That means we have database, we put all the data into that, and from the database it will search and give you the results. Third wave, based on the cyberspace, when these US people, they go to moon and cyber stuff, they develop lot many analytical computer. Based on that, they can understand, or they can predict the stuff what is coming. Okay. All this research is again come into picture when there is a company called DeepMind. They develop one product called AlphaGo, and that AlphaGo is a very strong concept of AI, and it had a competition with a human being based on a game called AlphaGo game, and in that the player is lost from the DeepMind product. So DeepMind is a company which is again brought by Google. Okay, and afterwards the other company come into picture like IBM. They come with a AI concept called Watson, and Brain Mind is there. Then Azure is there. Microsoft Okay, so all are come into the AI picture after 2016. So as I mentioned, when we are considering AI, we need to understand what type of intelligence it represents before you. Okay, so if we consider a human being can capture the data by listening, okay, by visualizing, studying the pictures, graphs, analytics, and from the current library, your internet. Okay. Um, so similar stuff is for the devices as well, for artificial intelligence as well. They can study the natural language processes. They can get the images from the cameras. It can get the voices or from audios. It have lot many data of images, graphs, and all this stuff they are gathering from different technologies. Like IoT is one of the technologies. Okay, robotics and soft robotics is also there, which is also part of AI. And one of the major part is machine learning. Okay, so all this stuff, simulation models, network analysis, deep learning, machine transaction, all things are used for our artificial intelligence product development. And everything is useful based on the different conditions. Okay, so if you divide into a very larger manner, the artificial intelligence is capturing the data or experience from two ways. One is from robotic process automation, okay, which is useful for the development of many stuffs. Other one is conjunctive computing. And in conjunctive computing, we have four major categories: machine learning, speech, vision, and NLP, natural language processing. Each of them again divided into different segments. Machine learning is deep learning, predictive analysis. Speech is speech to text, text to speech. Vision is image recognition. Machine vision and NLP is information extraction, translation, and classification and clustering. Then if we consider in depth what is AI, ML, and DL, AI, as I mentioned, it's a big, what do you say, set. Any machines which has a little bit of knowledge of simulation of any kind of task what human being is doing, that comes under artificial intelligence. But when it is more specific based on these conjunctive and non-conjunctive inputs, we call that machine learning. Okay. Now, if it is more multi-layer decision-making concept, then we call that deep learning. Now, when I'm saying multi-layer decision-making system, that means there are neural networks in between. So you can see neural networks where is deep learning is coming. Now, when I'm saying neural network, so neural network is naturally in our brain, okay? But we can develop that artificially as well. Let's consider your computer need to identify one object, and that object is a cat, okay? Or let's consider that's a tiger. I don't know. Now that picture need to come to the system, and that system need to capture that. So that is input. So that is input for the machine. And once it is input, so there is one neuron which will capture that, okay, and store that for the analysis. Now you need to understand, okay, that whether they have tail, so that is one layer. Yes, that is they have tail. Okay. So they consider, okay, it's definitely not non-human, it's animal. Whether they have four legs, next stage. Yes, they are of four legs. Okay, then there is another capture. Okay. Whether they have U-shaped teeth or V-shaped teeth, there is another stuff. They have V-shaped ears or U-shaped ears. They have another way. Whether their size is very big or less, based on the multi dimensions. Okay, that is another. Is it matching with any of the data of what we have? Like, obviously they have lot many data, they will compare with each of them. Yeah, some data it is matching up to more than 50%. So that means what they are doing, they're each time they're taking a decision. Okay, and each time they're putting some biases towards the decision. So let's they get, yeah, it's they have the tail, they have four legs, it has U shape, sorry, V shape, uh, so what we call the teeth. Okay, and it has all these spotted on the body. It matches with 70% with a picture which is in our storage. So based on all these biases, it is slowly go to an output. Okay, and it is giving a final output. Okay, that is a cat. Now on that they can add some more biases on the output. It may be a black cat, white cat, or a brown cat. That may be one of the output. This may be a black cat, uh, very big black cat, small, you can say small black cat, like that they can put the output. That means each time they have to take multiple decisions based on the input, and each time when they are doing some decisions, they are biasing towards the output. Now, these complex stuffs can be done through brain, but right now this is done by the machines. So we call that artificial neural networks. Okay. Now, whatever we study, that is just prerequisites for generative AI. So you need to study Python, bit statistic, calculus, and probability. You need to study the algorithms. Like for algorithm, you can study your study book. Foreman is the algorithm book. Different database knowledge is also required. And based on that, we can proceed to study our generative AI.